Yeah. Okay, hopefully that'll stay. I am on my way home. I'm in Nevada. I got real tired. I was trying to make the petrol in North Vegas, and I didn't. I made the truck parking here just about 40 some miles outside of the petrol. I'm going to probably head to either petrol or this Love's up here and get a shower, and then head on into home. A lot going on today, and I don't normally talk politics. I don't talk about different subjects. It's going to be a quick ramble video, kind of angry ramble video. So I'm pretty honest about my life. I am a hashtag Me Too person. My stepfather was the perv that was in my life. My mother suspected it, but never did anything about it. Actually, she thought it was a mutual relationship, not attracted to my stepfather, and I was a 9-year-old kid. So something is wrong with you. Forgive her for that. I don't really deal with my mother. It's just honesty. But in saying that, I'm watching a lot of what's going on. Yesterday with that baby's funeral, and I suspect there was probably, I hope it wasn't, but I suspect there was probably some sexual foul play, probably a rape involved with that, with the Kamisha. They're not really saying, which is another thing pissing me off, because we want to sweep so much stuff under the carpet. We do it in families. We're doing it as a country. We're doing it with celebrities, and it's irksome. I was very happy that the hashtag Me Too movement has started. Um, and don't get it twisted, because a lot of people think it's just women. I have friends who were males who were raped by their fathers. And I could tell you some very vivid stories of associates of mine who all of a sudden, haven't shared with a lot of people, but they shared with me some of their story. And it's disturbing. We consider it worse when it happens to a guy. It doesn't matter who it happens to. Anytime you violate somebody without their permission, and they're not of a legal consenting age, and even if they're a relative or a child or a daughter or stepdaughter, whatever, that's a sick individual. And right now I'm blown away by the number of women, just so disturbing, by the number of females who are supporting just really foul freaking behavior. I had a friend of mine, and she's still a friend. When Cosby first got accused, oh, he didn't do that, girl. Why they coming out all these years later and just really defending this man? I was like, are you serious? And I was like, well, you don't know what happened. You weren't there. But obviously, first of all, let me back up. It's taken me years to talk about the stuff that happened to me as a child. Years. It's taken me years to wrap my head around all of the foul crap that happened to me as a child. Okay? So it takes a while, even for a child's mind. I don't care if you're 15, I don't care if you're 17, I don't care what age. It takes a while to put all of that into context. The behavior of a parent who wasn't a parent, who did not defend you, who did not stand up for you. Even my biological father, which is mind-blowing to me, he's like, well, your grandfather, grandfather, you're my biological father. You should have been in place. So you were already out of order. You weren't in place to be a defender of your children. None of us. Not any of us. Now, as an old man, he needs our help. Okay? And he will be needing our help even more. And I'm the oldest. But we have to get to a point, and it's just my Christian thing, where we forgive. Do I forget? No. I really can't. I can't forget a lot of what happened. And you don't forget, because you're supposed to learn from it. And as I'm looking at all the events that are just unfolding, I started watching some of this trial with this lady. We'll get back to Cosby in a minute. But I started watching this trial, and I just got angry. This morning, I am just livid. And I had to turn it off because I'm hot. So, back to Cosby. My friend, she's like, oh, you copied it. You don't know what he did. What the man did. People, I got two parents who are very charismatic. My mother will make you feel like she's the best mother in the world. Yes, she will. buttercream and apple pies. And the woman is horrid. Horrid. At least the person I knew. Now, God bless her. Prayerfully, she's changed. But the woman I grew up with, horrid. Malicious, evil, vindictive, bitter, angry, jealous. All in words put her in the category, okay? Horrid. Just horrid. You don't know what the darkness of people are. You just don't know. There's a Jewish saying, and it's I watched it on a Jewish broadcast, and I really liked it. He said there's three. You know, when you stand before God, there's three people He's gonna review. The person that you are, the person that your buddies know you to be, and the person that you present. So what he's saying is three different characteristics: the truth of who you are, the one that people think you are, and the one that you put out for folks. Three people. You don't know who people are. Y'all don't even know who I am. You really honestly don't. That's why when people say, well, you might be a butthole trainer, I might be. That might be who that's not who I try to present, but that might be the interpretation people have. Okay? Look, okay. I have just seen some stuff that's disturbing. And right now on Facebook, people are putting on, well, if you know, y'all gonna put Cosby in jail at 80 years old. And what did she say? And y'all should go back and put this woman in jail who helped with killing some, I don't know, it was back in the Civil Rights Day that had to do with the murder of these are two different things, y'all. Stop it. Stop, black people, stop. Stop. Two different things. Do not compare to me a racial issue, a murder that happened back then, because this woman may still be alive, with Cosby, and two different things. You need to, because you want Cosby not to go to jail. Get the hell out of here. Cosby needs to go to jail for what he did. Should have went to jail way back to hell when. Okay? If he did all that stuff, he needs to go ahead and pay the piper. Okay? I'm sorry. And all these people, especially men and women, whoever does any kind of rape, molest, incest, all them people doing all that, they need to talk. They need to answer for it. They need to. This poor woman, I'm looking at her today. This little nerdy, geeky doctor is sitting up here before these buttholes in the Senate who are going to put this butthole in that position because you got another person who, and we're not talking about a Stormy Daniels kind of lady. If y'all watch that little nerdy lady, he did that crap. Most likely he did that crap. I mean, I can't prove it 100%, but I'm looking at her and I'm like, she'd have to be pretty out the box with her personality to this little nerdy, geeky lady. I'm like, oh my God, she's so timid. Just like, oh my Lord. But I'm proud of her because she's stating her truth. And the sad part is now we're starting to see other people come out the woodwork. The other part is that they locked down certain files on him that people can't even see on this judge. So we don't know what this genius has done. And of course, he might be old boy's boy. Old boy has sexual pervy things. He likes the prostitutes that look like his daughter. Y'all, I'm so good right now. I'm so good. I got up this morning. I'm like, this is straight insanity. This is why I want me a piece of dirt in the middle of nowhere. You don't have to deal with humans. I'm getting me a bunch of dogs. Very few humans, because this right here is insanity. Straight insanity. And what's more insane is the number of women. I heard one woman, they were interviewing women out of Florida, and I guess Republican women out of Florida. Well, you know, he's a young boy at 17. That doesn't dictate his personality. 17 is right before 18. He's almost an adult. A 17-year-old knows what the hell they're doing. If he's trying to rape girls, there's a freaking problem at 17. And then for you as a female to justify the behavior. And she has 2 daughters. What's wrong with you? I'm blown away. I'm blown away. I'm blown away at the number of women that do. And what happens is we'll defend one type of sexual predator, and then we'll say, oh, that other sexual predator is wrong. Sexual predator in any form is wrong. What the hell's wrong with y'all? I'm just like, what in the hell is going on? It's like people have lost their mind. It's a weird mind process. Anyway, y'all, that's my rambles. I can't right now. I'm probably gonna talk about. I'm gonna do some shout outs later. But I'm so blown away. Y'all pay attention to what's going on. And I believe that there's some Christian reasons why a lot of this is going on. I deal with that on my other channel. But this is madness, and it says to me what's wrong with our society, just watching even the behaviors and the thought processes that people are putting out that have become acceptable in our society. So I'm okay that an 80-year-old man raped and drugged women, and I think he should walk around because he's 80. I had problems, and black folks gonna be mad at me at this. I had problems with some of the we have the movement about the black folks, what do you call it? I forgot what it's called. It's the movement about black people being abused by cops and stuff. Now that's been going on for years. I agree. Where I'm having some problems with it is when we are trying to defend people who have committed criminal acts. Okay, and we're trying to throw them into defend them and put them in the category. Okay, the cop had to tackle your behind, put handcuffs on your behind because you was robbing XYZ grocery store. Or you got shot in the process of going in and beating up somebody in the grocery store and stealing money. And we make you a victim. I have a problem with that. Now, for the innocent person that gets pulled over on the side of the damn road and you got a tail light out, or the cop is just bugging you to bug you because they're a-holes, I ain't got a problem with that. That falls in that category of police abuse. I ain't got a problem with the lady being fired and should be locked up for walking in that man's apartment and shooting him, talking about she thought she was at the wrong damn apartment. I ain't got a problem with that. That's something ain't the hell right. Okay, I ain't got no problem with that. But when we have people who are committing blatant crimes and you end up being jacked up by the cops, you end up handcuffed, you end up getting your ass beat, you end up possibly shot, you were involved in criminal behavior. You put yourself in that position. We taking stuff to justify, and they're doing the same thing with this rape crap. We're justifying rape, incest, abuse, molest because of people's stature in their life. And so, like I told y'all in another video, our problem, America, we're not run by the majority, because if we're run by the majority, they'd probably be all Latino, because the Latino community is huge in America right now. And that's what's scaring white males in power, okay? The majority in America is those with the power, and that is white males in power. It's the money that's ruling everything. It's insanity. It's what I see is straight insanity. And today I just got up between watching that baby's funeral yesterday, that memorial thing they did, that the lady trucker did, and then getting up and watching this. I've been listening to the comments on here, this Blasey Ford testimony. And then they got this fat white woman who's interviewing her, who I guess, I don't know what's true or false. I don't know who that is, but I know in the comments on my, and I have to go look it up, on my, out of my home state of Arizona, ABC News is streaming it. The people that were commenting said that particular lady who was interviewing her had helped with getting Catholic priests off from getting Catholic priests off for molesting kids. Now, if this is the Republicans, if y'all don't know, they chose a prosecutor out of my home state of Arizona who supposedly worked with sexual crimes units, okay? But if you also don't know, Sheriff Joe Arpaio, who Trump pardoned, had been known to sweep sexual crimes under the carpet. Now, there is a documentary, and I can't remember where I saw it. It might have been on Hulu or Netflix. Or it might have been on TV. There was a black attorney. She is actually, I think, a rape victim. And her case was never solved, and the way she was treated was so horrid, she made it kind of her calling and to go out and try to help victims. Well, in the process, what she found out was that a lot of the rape kits were just being tossed or put away. And when they found records, I think Detroit, one of them states, these doggone people, the cops would say, oh, that bee wanted it. And they put this in it. I'm telling you, it's a mindset. It's mind-numbing. It's mind-numbing. And for those of you who may think that way, let me help you something, because I'm a victim. It is hard to state what has happened to you. It's hard to admit when you've been victimized in a sexual way. One, because of the shame of it. Two, because especially if you're young, you're trying to wrap your head around it. Three, it's unbelievable. And like I said, the biggest part is you're ashamed. Also, you then see the treatment of how people are treated. Like how this woman's treated. Who wants to come out and tell their story? And you sitting in front of a bunch of these buttholes who basically say, we don't care that he tried to screw you. They don't care. They know he did it. I'm telling you right now, I believe they know he did it. And they don't care. We just want this person in that position. And some of them have done the same thing, so of course they don't care. And for another female, that's where it really becomes disgusting. Another female to say it's okay, something's wrong with you. And, you haven't been put in that position, but once you are, holler at me. Holler at me. And do not compare Cosby to some civil rights thing that happened with some lady. You know what? You cannot compare the two. You can't. Stop defending him. The man was out of order, and he's paying the piper. Unfortunately, the Bible says what you do in the dark will come out in the light. It has come out in the light, unfortunately, at 80 years old. Or fortunately, at 80 years old. And he's going to spend his time in jail. As he should, as his dude should. The only difference between Cosby and this dude is white, and he's got more power than Cosby because of his political position. Yeah. No. Anyway, y'all, this is my rambles today, my angry rambles. 2 and 2.